Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at how we can do some cool stuff with our SpriteKit tools. Specifically, we're looking at making an in-game scene. So as you can see right here, I'm inside my morning drop game project. And so we've been working on making a game that we can actually have a drop game with. And we want to make it so we can end the game and restart it if necessary. And so to do that first, we're going to start off again working at the end, working our way back, because by having it start off at the end, we have the pre-built features and we can call them as we go along. So let's start off with that right here. So we have an in-game scene. It inherits from SKScene because again, we're using a subclass of that. We'll talk more about inherits another time. But for the basic feature of this in-game scene, it's going to be really, really basic. As you can see right here, we have three methods. We have the didMove2 method, the required one for in-game scene, that when we load up a scene. We have our restart method, and we have a method called handlePinch, which is marked with the @objc prefix, indicating that it's going to be used in an Objective-C style, specific with a hashtag selector key. So that's what we're going to be working with right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at all this stuff. So the first thing we're going to start off with is our didMove2 method. Let's first take a look at didMove2. So our didMove2 method, again, if remember when we're working with SKScene, didMove2 is the scene that is, or the method that's called as soon as we load into the scene. So it's like the start method in our Java project. This is where we go when we're actually starting it off. And so the first thing we're doing is to make sure that I know that I'm in a new scene, I'm saying, hey, background color, let's set that to be .orange, because hey, boom, I'm right there. I can see immediately that I'm in a different space than I was. Then I have three nodes that I'm going to create. They're label nodes. And so I initialize each of them with copperplate bold for the font, because it's the font I've been using for all the default stuff inside the app so far. So I'll keep that going with that. Then I go through and for each of the different nodes, I give it the information I need for it. So I set scoreNode.position.x to be frame.midx. And then position Y is mid-Y plus 30, so we can go up from mid about 30 spots, and set the score to be the game score value, the only value that is that belongs to the actual data member for that. And then mid-X and mid-Y plus 10, so just a little bit further up on that, and it's the game over scene. And then finally a restart node with frame mid-X and mid-Y minus 10, so it goes just a little bit below the middle of the scene, and then says pinch to restart. Hey, pinch, this is gonna give us a chance to learn how to use a pinch gesture. Really pretty cool. And then I say, let PinchGestureRecognizer equal UI PinchGestureRecognizer target self action hashtag selector. That's what I was just saying earlier, passing it handlePinch, the name of the method we're working with. And then we're going to say self.view.addGestureRecognizer, passing that new variable we just made, the PinchRecognizer. So right there, we just have it so it's like, hey, when I load up, I'm going to put these three nodes in the scene, and I'm going to tell it to handle a PinchRecognizer. That's all we have to do for that. So the next thing we have is we have our handlePinch. So handlePinch, we go down to it, and we check to say handlePinch. It takes a recognizer as its parameter, which is a UI pinch gesture recognizer. And like everything else when it's talking about dealing with user-based events, it returns a void. And if the recognizer.state is ended, so did I finish pinching? So am I pinching out and I stopped, or did I pinch in and I stopped? That's all I'm asking for that. If I am done pinching, then I restart it. Cool. Now notice right here I have the @objc right there. The @objc is saying, hey, this is how I'm going to use it with that hashtag selector. If you want to use this lovely feature that we have when we're talking about recognizers or using stuff like that, that hashtag selector, it's a way to specify a method inside Swift using Objective-C style code. And so that hashtag selector is a really cool way to do it. It makes it so I can just simply pass that method as the name right there and have that happen with it really nicely. So it's a great way to use that code for that. So that's why the @objc makes it so we can use the hashtag selector right here for handlePinch. And then behind the scenes magic, recognizer, the parameter is already implicitly passed behind the scenes because that hashtag selector does the stuff for us. Again, it's a great tool for that. So let's go take a look finally at our restart method. The restart method is what we use to actually go and restart the game. So I make a transition, and so in this case I'm going to use SKTransition.fade, so it's going to fade away. And with what? With purple, because purple is a great color, I know. Yep, and how long? It takes 15 seconds. No big deal. Then to make a restart scene is a new instance of the game scene class. Again, we're using classes right here. So when I say game scene parens, that's making a brand new instance of it. And say restart scene.size, I'm going to use that same size we've been using for our entire thing. So I have that lovely magic number of 300, 400 for the width and height. So we have that information right there. So I can make it so it's going to fit on what we've been working with for our standard scene we've been working for our project so far. I set that restart scene, hey, Skimbled, make sure you fill the scene of that space. Cool, no big deal. And finally, self.view unwrap it, so make sure I do have a view. If I do, then I present the scene. Which scene? I'm going to present that new restart scene with the transition I just specified of the purple fade. So that's what we've got right here for the in-game scene. Now, I'm going to do a quick little demonstration of this using the existing code. We don't want to worry about anything else, so we'll just hit run on this, and we'll play the app right here, and we'll see how this works. And so we'll see the actual game restart and see the effect of that. As we load this game, we're not going to look at the actual logic of what we're doing with this. So I've got right here, I've got a countdown of 20 seconds. That countdown we'll do in another video, so you can do a countdown to make your game last a certain number of time. But I've got that right here, so I've just got my lovely game going right here. Let's see if I can get some points. There we go, I got some points. 60 points, boom. 80 points, wonderful. 2, 1. My game scene is over. Transitioning to it from the other scene. Again, we'll talk about that another time. Now that orange scene right here, you can see I'm right here in my didMove 2. My background color is orange. I have my 3 labels, the score, the game over, and the instructions to pinch to restart. Now because I'm using a simulator, if I want to pinch, all I have to do is press the Alt button. Hey look, and now I have 2 fingers. And so when I pinch, I can either pinch out or in, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter as long as when I stop pinching out like that. 15 seconds, boom, that nice little purple fade. Here we go, purple, 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 all the way. And then boom, I'm back inside my game. My game is restarting and I can play my game yet again. And here's my game. 16 seconds again because I have a really quick timer on this just to see what happens. 10, 9, 8. Ooh, I've got a really high score, 600. Now again, I have it set to speed up the score as well, or speed up the game. Green, the game ends. It presents the scene. We know I'm in the new scene because I'm, again, background orange. I load those 3 nodes. I don't have to do anything with them, and it's there and ready to go. So again, all we had to do to make that happen, we make a subclass of SKScene. We have a game scene value that we create that value with, and it's get passed when we create the scene from the other scene right there. And we have our didMove 2, our restart, and our PinchRecognizer. And making a PinchRecognizer is really easy. I just have to use that hashtag selector with the @objc prefix on that, so I can use that to make that so it's workable. And that's how I make that happen. Hope this is helpful. Cheers. See you next time, and have a great time doing some development. Bye.